What's going on? What's going on, fam? It's Friday night. Y'all already know. If you catch this live, I am Tiffany in Power Impact Ignite. I'm your dynamic instructor. It's Friday. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how did I become a barber, a master barber? Okay. Um, Master educator, master hair care specialist. How. If you've been following me, um, and I'm excited because it's Friday. Okay, we done made it through the week. Okay, so it's Friday night. A lot of people trying to figure some things out. A lot of people, it was payday. A lot of people still trying to figure out how to get paid. Who is that out there? Y'all already know. Some people know me by Tiffany Styles. That was the name that I branded. So tonight is just really going to be some conversation about, the how to. A lot of people are trying to get into entrepreneurship. A lot of people trying to really begin to become business owners. A lot of people are ready to step into the beauty industry. So the how did I become a barber? One of the things I want to just say, make this good old disclaimer. If y'all could comment for me so I could see that you out there, that'll be great. That'll be great. If you could comment, okay, that'll be great. How did I become a barber? Let me see. I'm coming out. So, add that banner. Thank you. Love you too. Booyah. Are you ready to be on, boss? Okay. So, how did I become a master barber? Okay. First of all, I did not see myself or even have this a part of my game plan. What happened was, and if you see me looking two ways, we live on IG, so make sure y'all following Dynamic Hair Designs Barber Academy. We are on IG. Okay. What had happened was, at around the age 10, okay, when we used to get our hair done, my mom, for those that don't know, my mom, she didn't raise me. She didn't raise us. My grandma raised us, and my auntie would help my grandma keep our hair done while we was little. My mama could braid her behind off. And if y'all could comment so I could see you out there, let me know what city, what state you in. My mama could braid like it's nobody business. She just moved rather slow. My auntie could braid. She just kind of braided a little tight. But I never really was even trying to be no braider or nothing. What happened was, I'm the oldest of my mother's 4 children. My mama got 3 girls and a boy. Me and my mother's 3rd child, we stayed with my grandma together, and then we would see my little brother and my other little sister on the weekends. So off top, I got 2 mannequin heads off top. One particular time, my auntie, she did my braids, and they was too tight. I'm really not a fan of cornrows. If I'm gonna do it, I'll do singles over cornrows any day, and I would get headaches super bad. So, like, I think between 5th grade, and mind you, I'm in the 5th grade, my little sister, she used to always play with this pony. I ain't never braid no pony's hair and all that stuff, but my little sister, she used to do that. I remember wearing the box braids. Remember when we would have the box braids in the ponytail, actually, and we'll have it coming out the middle back in the day, like that bob style. So this particular style, it looked so good, but it hurt so bad. Like, oh my goodness. I was like, I can't take it no more. And I started practicing on my little sister's hair with them ugly braids. Okay. The braids was ugly at first. But those was my little mannequin heads. And then sixth grade, I would wear like some tracks. Now we adding a little tracks, giving us some length, and the the ponytails, the microwave ponytails and different things like that. Mind you, this when the first wave of what I knew when the crochets was out back in the day, when they was just them braided crochets. Either you going curly fry or you going crinkles, and that was just like a thing. That was a thing for me. So from the fifth grade, I really don't count that. I'm just giving y'all some backstory on that. By the time we was in the sixth grade and I finished, because that sixth grade year, we stayed with my aunt, gave my grandma, my aunt would give my grandma a break. By the time I came back with my grandma that seventh grade year, I was rocking, rolling, crocheting my own hair. I already had let my auntie know I didn't need her to do my hair no more. I'm going in middle school. Y'all already know we think we could do our hair anyway, but I actually could crochet my own hair. My braids, of course, between that fifth grade year and those 2 years where I was just kind of, getting the hang of extensions. Like I started out already doing extensions off top. And seventh grade, I was taking clients. I was doing my hair to the point when I would go to school, they like, who did your crochets or whatever like that. So either we doing hair in gym or, after school, somebody trying to get their hair done. Like whether it's a classmate or somebody in the neighborhood. And I was already doing my own hair. So in between my little sisters, we still was getting, the hot comb, everybody getting the hot comb. So I wasn't trying to hot comb no hair. But I was already braiding, periods, point blank. And I was already, and I got I'm going to share it later, but one of my friends, she's a cosmetologist, but she even shared with me a few years ago just how I inspired her even when we was little, because I was doing hair. I just really I don't like doing hair. I just like making people feel good. That's the wow factor with me. So that's why when you hear me say I am Tiffany, Empower, Impact, Ignite. If y'all could comment below, just let me know where y'all at. I appreciate that. Because I can't see it. If y'all comment, I can't see it yet. But I'm like, okay, I would always wait to that moment at the end when I give them the mirror, I see their reaction and they like, wow, just being able to really do that. And that's why I do I do what I do now, because I know that me at least providing that service, just as if I was just, hopping off the porch. It's just my humble service, as I'm going into more, educating. Like I'm very passionate about educating and sharing, but the blueprint to how I became a master educator, master hair care specialist, I'm just giving y'all the rundown tonight, because I was running from this call, honey. It said your gifts will make room for you. And I'm like, Lord, I'll just work. I don't have time for all of this. And I could just literally do it. That's why when people talk in purpose and different things like that, a lot of times what we're doing, we already do it. It's never been a struggle for me to be able to, braid or grasp a concept for the most part. I'm a left-hander. So I've always been like real creative. The hardest thing for me is doing straight back braids, because I feel like it make me focus too much. But designing braids, I've always been able to create my own style. A lot of my clients, they like when I freestyle, and it was never a duplicate or a replica of even my own work. So from the seventh grade, just building that clientele, doing family members' hair, doing friends' hair in the neighborhood. Eighth grade, still doing hair. Then we go into Urban League. So now you get to make money. Because again, while I'm braiding hair, I'm just thinking, I'm a little girl from the hood. I'm just little kitchen tishing. That's why I never crack jokes on people that start at home. Because when you really good, you already sauced up at home. My grandmother allowed me to begin building my clientele in her living room, in her kitchen. I ain't had no money. I was a child. And those friends and families, you sitting down, you doing hair in the living room, doing hair in the room. It is what it is. So that's why when I hear people talk about where people start, I never really look down on the beginning of a thing, because we all had to start somewhere. Everybody didn't wait to start and go to what's going on, Queen, and go to hair school, and now you can magically do hair. Nah, if you got it, you got it. So this 7th grade, by the time I'm in the 8th grade, 9th grade, I was working, being able to make my own money, meaning I worked at a regular job, get your little my first job was actually through Urban League, DSS filing, and the thing, I really wanted to go to college for business administration, but that wasn't really necessarily the actual route that God took me, but I still administer business. Okay. So that's what I love about just sharing this tonight, because I got that, Urban League pay us the $200. So now, as a child, not knowing about multiple streams of income, but I had a multiple stream. I knew how to work, and I knew how to make my own money. I didn't have to be in my grandma's pocket. I did not have to be in my grandma's pocket at all. Whatever I got, that was great because I was a child. But I knew that if I wanted a certain pair of shoes, I knew how to make my own money. And that's why I'm real passionate about being a mentor, youth mentor, as well as a business coach, because I was that child that didn't have her parents raising her. I was being raised by my grandmother, but I knew how to make my own money. I knew how to get up, get it. And I wasn't ever looking for a handout. I already knew, a hand up is great, but I already knew how to get it, whether somebody gave it to me or not. And I didn't really have to take nothing from nobody else. So here we go, 9th grade. At this point, I'm getting my average ticket for the most part was $50 from 7th grade on up. $50. I can do your hair, your crochets for about $50. And we running those box braids. You already know we doing them about 50, 65, 75. This back in the day now. This like in the 90s, early 2000s. So I'm like, okay, working, what? I done did Bojangles. I done did McDonald's. We waiting. We getting paid those every 2 weeks. Bojangles, though, that was my thing, okay? Because we got paid every Monday, okay? You want the money as quick as you can get it. And then, everybody look at doing hair, braiding on as a side hustle. That's why I don't teach hustle. I teach the business. I love the business because when you understand the difference between the hustle and business, then you operate completely different. And when you really been, like, some people got grind in them. Some people got it. So fortunately enough, I have it. I have get up and go get it in me. Everybody don't. So I still don't preach the hustle. I'm going to teach you business because that way your mindset, your movement, your action is totally different. That's why when people think I'm trying to hustle them, I slow it all the way down because at the end of the day, I'm a businesswoman. So either way, now you don't have to be a hustler. You don't have to do hair on the side. You can actually build a business, whether you want to be a master braider, a master stylist, a master barber, whatever you want. That's why you got to know what it is you're capable of doing, so you won't box yourself in and you won't let other people box you in. It's Friday night. Y'all know on Friday nights we used to be getting ready for the club right about now. So I'm lit, talking about, how I became a barber, because I remember being in the barbershops. Okay. Remember being in the barbershop, but I ain't gonna get there yet. I just remember doing hair from the house, getting our hair done by the best hood beauticians. Because Friday night, we looking good to go out. Like, it is what it is. And it is on repeat. So that's why you got to understand the business side. So again, 10th grade, a few people knew I could do hair. It's not like I was going on my way to advertise that I would do what I do. I wasn't marketing, printing out no cards or nothing in high school. The crazy thing, when I was being recommended, like suggested to go to cosmetology, take the cosmetology course that's at Hayward, I ended up taking marketing. And I'm sharing this because when I tell you I made my teachers work for their checks, they don't pay teachers enough anyway. You got to really be passionate and love to do it. That's what I teach my students even now. But I made all my teachers work for their checks. Instead of me going to cosmetology school, what's going on, Miss Evans? What's going on, Queen? Instead of me going to cosmetology school, y'all, taking a course that they would let high schoolers do at the career center, I ended up in marketing. Everybody that took cosmetology that year that I was in marketing, they had to retake it. Their hours did not even get approved. It didn't go through. None of that. So this is why it's important to understand that God got a plan. So I'm in marketing, having the time of my life with my little bougie marketing teacher. We down there selling Otis Spunkmeyer stuff. Okay. But them cookies was good. We at Hayward. I am certified in marketing. This one, God got a plan for you. That's why I love speaking to people that feel counted out. Like I'm telling y'all, like I was raised by my grandmother, like from the gate to I walk across that stage. Y'all don't hear me. And I lost my grandmother on my birthday this year. So I'm very excited to be able to share this because it was her house. It was her. God allowed it to be her to groom me, to even allow me to even, the more I would have known, she would have supported whatever I wanted to do. But when you don't know what to do, then you just getting mediocre. You know what I'm saying? Because them grandmothers love their grandbabies. So how do I know? I watch how my mama roll with her, with these boys. She love these grandkids. She don't play about them. I got 3, and my brother got her other 3. So either way, I'm at Hayward, getting experience. We going to leadership. Y'all don't hear me. We going to leadership stuff. I'm still this little girl from the hood. I can already braid, but God was building my skills and my work ethic and my character in other places, in other arenas. And boom, all right, we graduate. We graduate. By this time, I got some people that I done showed and done help, but they'll never probably maybe give me no credit or write me no testimonial or anything. I done had a few do it, but some people, they like to act blind by the time they get whatever they got for you. Because again, a lot of us just really don't even know who we are, what we possess, and different things like that. So now high school, I still had clients. We about to graduate, still got clients, got homegirls, friends, family. They paying me. I'm not. And what's so crazy is even when certain family members would go to the African braid shops for the retouch, they would want me. So that's why I can encourage braiders now, because it's like, no, you need to be confident in your price, because I had to start evaluating, like, if you want me to do your retouch that you just paid the Africans the $185 or the $200 or whatever, why you didn't let me do your whole service? So because I went through all that experience at a young age, honestly, at one point, your family, your friends, people that's familiar with you will make you not want to do what it is you being called to do. They're like, man, I'm not about to argue with y'all about my price, my hands, my work. If I'm good enough to come behind them to do it, then I could have been good enough to go ahead and do the whole service. So once I made it through that season, me fussing, fighting, arguing about a price, it's just not happening. I'm grateful that I'm not even in that place right now, because I stand on what I stand on. It is what it is. It's their choice. They can go where they want to go. So that's why I'm big on the empowerment to allow the people that I've worked with, the students that I work with, adults, whether you licensed, unlicensed, the business owner, or you working inside of somebody else's establishment, so you can be confident in your price, but making sure that your work speaks for itself, that they're willing to pay it, not that you're working for a tip or feeling like you need to quit doing what you're doing because of somebody else. No. So either way, I done graduated. I only graduated I was probably out of the house maybe a year of that, and maybe a good year, maybe a year. And then guess what? You named it. Single mama, here she go. Okay. Opportunity did come, and I was able to be a shampoo girl. I was able to be a shampoo girl. The same relationship allowed me to meet another sister, which was working with one of my other sisters that I was at Hayward with. And they knew that I could braid. And they encouraged me to like, girl, you need to go ahead and get in the shop. So I was like, nah, I always kept a job. I worked on base out on Fort Jackson. I was a supervisor. I could always, basically rank up, get promoted and stuff like that. I just really never saw myself as no professional hair braider. I really didn't even know anything about the license part and that's why I'm big on helping with the license assistance, because when you don't know, you just don't know. And I try to pay it forward because that's what kind of help God put in my path. So we still going out clubbing, honey. We still clubbing. We still doing our thing. We still making sure our hair look good, everything, all of that. If anybody know word of mouth, then you already know. You gonna get a client. You can get the clients. By this time, I think one of the other ladies, one of the women from around the hood, everybody go open up, you got your trappers, your D girls, I ain't gonna mention no names. She opened up the shop, man. Don't round everybody up. We up in the shop. Well, before I got to that season, okay, I was a shampoo girl. So me being a shampoo girl, me being a shampoo girl, I done jump seasons real quick. Me being a shampoo girl, I was making at least about a strong $300 a week just off being a shampoo assistant. On a worst week, maybe about $250. So I was so great at assisting. And that's what I do. I like to help. I love to help. And I could easily assist versus take the lead because I don't have to be in the front. So now that God got me in the front, I'm going to lead with everything he give me because I played the background for so long. I'll play it because I know the responsibility that is to lead. My cousin actually got me plugged me in. Her hairstylist was looking for a shampoo assistant. Deidre's Hair Spa. Shouts out to Miss Deidre. I'm always appreciate her. At this time, my gift made room for me. Literally, I was able to be there, be her assistant, get her clients going, get them going to the point her clients, all those little kids, if they needed a braider, who you think was recommended? Because I was already in there and I was fast enough to put out quality work and do what it is that I was hired to do. So now I knew how to multitask. That's why a lot of people, they don't know how to multitask. They don't know how to, service those clients, not have them stacked on top of each other like sardines, but I done helped somebody alleviate their stack and I was able to get a client or two in on my own because I was already a braider. So that's why I know how to groom you if you're a braid assistant, if you're a braid technician, if you want to be a design braider, if you want to braid like a boss. When I say braid like a boss, that's what I mean, because I can't make this up. I can't make this journey up. I cannot make it up. It's just like, and it's all God because it's not like I was trying to do it. Not to drag that situation out. Again, while I was a shampoo assistant, I was a single mama I was in my early 20s. 2019, I was just finishing. I had already worked at Walmart at this time. I did all the McDonald's, Fort Jackson, Walmart, KFC. Boom. Shampoo assistant. Then that's when a shop was open. Y'all already know who. If you in Columbia, South Carolina, you already know who was the baddest stylist in the 99s, the 2000s, you already know. So at the end of the day, we was pretty much, a good bit of us was rounded up. And it didn't last long because it goes into business, not the hustle and the bustle of the thing. But that's why I know those experience. That's why I know how to, we was on the grind, but the business part, I knew when I was in different businesses and God allowed me to go in and learn different things. it teaches you things not to do as well. So that's why business was more so the focus for me, Lord. How to build it, how to do this thing, because we really don't see ourselves as business owners. We see ourselves as little girls, little women, whatever, from the hood. And we grinding, like we doing what we got to do to feed our family. We haven't been really taught business, so we don't know. We only doing what we know. We only doing what we exposed to. So at this point, once I had enough of that, and one of the reasons why I ended up not being a shampoo assistant, and I'll go more into that at another time, but I'm gonna want to definitely shed light on domestic violence. So do stay tuned for that. But I'll go a little deeper into that. I don't want to get off track because we're talking about braiding. So from there, that's when a lot of people that know me, they knew me because I had another opportunity that came one day. I was just walking through the mall, and again, I told y'all I have 4 siblings. So 2 of my mother's children, me and my mother's second daughter, third child, we stayed with my grandmother. We was more sheltered in a sense in the house, go to granny's house, not really exposed to too much. Then my mom had 2 other kids, and then she would be around their dad, their grandmother, which he knew my mom. Some people knew that my mother my mom didn't take her kids around a lot of people like that, because we was over here where we needed to be safe. And walking through the mall, they was like, oh, okay, they know my mom's name. Oh, got a spot in the mall. Major shouts out. I'm always appreciate Royalty Barber and Beauty in Columbia Mall, because I said, well, I'll think about it. I'll see. We was at the other location. It was what it was, but this was a great opportunity. It was in a public mall. Where did everybody go? To the mall. Because guess what? When you're trying to get fresh for the club, this is why I could talk marketing. This is when the marketing really makes sense, because mind you, I'm already certified in marketing before I even graduate high school. Okay. Social media was not out like this. Nobody was really on social media. YouTube was doing its own thing maybe, but nobody was on Facebook didn't exist. IG didn't exist. Snap didn't exist. None of that didn't exist. So you had to, be about what you're talking about. And word of mouth, you being there, showing up, putting in that work. Like right now, we would still literally be in there in the shop, grinding, laughing, cutting up, probably just sitting down, catching a break, eating some food and some hair if you ain't wash your hands, whatever you're doing, just trying to get through the last win, at the shop. Just honestly, like, because what time is it? It's 9:00. Man, we was in that shop until, because if the mall closed at 9 and somebody just came in there to get their, get their outfit or whatever like that, and their hair need a recurl or they need a whole, hairdo or whatever like that, you gonna go ahead and get the money, because you already got your entry fee. Even if you was trying to get that free for 11, if this person want a quick weave or whatever, or a little recurl, you about to knock that on out, because at the end of the day, you're in position. So again, so when I went to the mall, it changed the whole game, because now I had just left. Remember, I was a shampoo girl at a hair salon. They was partners, 2 ladies. Then I went to a braid shop. It was like we was in a like the African shop, but we African Americans. So I love it. So I was in a female environment right there. I was in a female environment when we was in the braid shop. Then boom, opportunity came. Now I'm in the mall. What you think going on? We got barbers and stylists. And one of the things that I say, if I could go back, I would have spent about 30 minutes with each one of my old coworkers. I would have spent about 30 minutes with each one of my coworkers, because one thing I know about learning, you can learn from anyone. You can learn anything. I would have had so many more takeaways. I would have not been just trying to get to the club and, and what's so crazy, all of us had clientele. So I'm like, wow, I didn't have enough time. I got what I got, but if I would have did some more with my free time that I had, I would have even been even more knowledgeable of certain things because I was literally around 10 to 12 barbers at all time. I had access. Then I was always around about 6 or so stylists at all times. So now I'm normally the youngest one. I'm in here with about 100, 200 years worth of information, knowledge, because everybody was older than me. I'm just probably about to hit 21. I'm just probably about to hit 21. You know what I'm saying? So, oh man, that's some good stuff right there. Like that's over 13 years ago. Cause mind you, I already came there. When I came there, my oldest son was like 1 going on 2. And what I love about the environment is and just being a braider and serving the industry and was starting off as a braider. That's the foundation of any and everything. Like even how I started tapering and giving tape ups and stuff like that, because the barbershop was so packed, people trying to get to the club or get to where they trying to go. I'm like, you want me to go ahead and line you up? You want me to go ahead and line you up? Because the wait is forever on them. Because when you're in an environment, you gonna learn from your environment. You are what you eat. So I don't understand how people haven't mastered their craft enough. Not be a jack of all trades, but honestly, master what it is you're doing. So that way, you know, you ain't being slept on. Because I done seen people go to school, cosmetology school, and they not doing hair because they can't build no clientele. They can't get no clients. So I'm like, well, what is it that you doing? Because if you can do hair, and if you ain't got no mouthpiece, you better get somebody that got some mouthpiece, do the clients hair, that got some mouthpiece that can talk. Because let me tell you, people looking for people that can put in that work. So in that opportunity, I came in braiding, and I braided. I had speed. I'm not the slowest braider. I'm not the fastest. I'm definitely not the slowest. And I used to be even faster, but I don't braid like that now. And I do a lot of one-on-one sessions, private, intimate. I was already shifting my business into that prior to COVID, so that worked out perfectly. But when I was around all those other cosmetologists, I'm like, hey, I want to, do more hair. I want to do shortcuts and different things like that too. I want to do more than braids because I'm watching them do the relaxers and I'm watching them do, styles. And I'm like, dang, they just did $150 worth of work on a relaxer, color, and cut. And I'm over here still doing these box braids. I want to do some of that, so that's how I began to get interest in it. And then honestly, with extensions in certain states, every state is different, but with extensions, they were saying that hair braiders are only supposed to braid natural hair, no extensions. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I was going to go to a school. I actually enrolled, still have a great relationship with my advisor that enrolled me. I didn't complete it because when I went in there, it was a lot of high school students. It was a lot of cattiness, a lot of drama, that can go on in schools. And I'm like, I'm already my own boss. I got my own booth. I got bills. And these people around here, they either selling drugs or they stand with their mama. They don't have as much responsibility as I have. And I got a child and I don't have time to play. So me playing the whole game of maybe what I would have did if I was at Hayward again, I couldn't afford to play it. And lo and behold, God had an instructor at my place of employment, where my business reside. Okay. Back in the day, one of my first brand names was Passionate Hair Designs. I used to always be like, I'm the hair doctor, PhD, Passionate Hair Designs. That was my was that my MySpace? It was one of my things. I had the marketing. That's why I would always have my little marketing stuff on my cars and my magnets and stuff like that. Oh man, this right here, I'm going all the way back. Oh my goodness. But when that opportunity presented itself because of the favor, it was nothing but the favor of God. It was literally the favor of God. It presented itself. I was able to get on the job training. Okay. So that means I was able to make money and work at the same time, get my license. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better opportunity than that. So I took it. Major shouts out to my instructor, Michael. Okay. Yes. I've told him even lately in these last, few years or so, I was just like, I just want you to know I appreciate you. I already knew that he was gonna give me what he had to give me. He prepped me as much as he could, but I understood that guess what? If I want it, I gotta make sure I study to show myself approved. I gotta do what I need to do so that way when I take this test, boom, 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 he made sure my hours was in. He signed off on my hours. Listen, we was working and we worked together as a team. That's why I'm very big on teamwork. I'm just big on it because I understand it's a process, but you gotta want it. Like I had a mouth to feed. I'm at the booth. I'm in the booth. I'm paying my booth rent. Here's the opportunity. Do you want it? You could become a master hair care specialist. People used to be sleeping on master hair care specialists, but at the end of the day, it's hair care. Because now what is everybody doing? They crying like, why the braiders ain't shampooing? Why the cosmetologists ain't shampooing? Where my shampoo at? If I didn't learn nothing from Miss Betty, okay, and that was my instructor when I was at cosmetology school. I did not complete cosmetology school. That was not the plan. I went though, but what I remember, this is the foundational service. This is where it all begins. Because guess what? Regardless if you're doing a blazing cut, blazing fade, whatever you're doing, if that canvas of that head is clean, then everything you do after that, that's going to be immaculate. Okay? So imagine if you did it on a clean head versus dirty hair. Okay? So the shampoos is very important. The shampoo is very important. So from there, I was there 4 years. We would see people coming in, going out. We had the mirrors and everything. So ain't no telling how many heads I done touched. I done went and took certification classes and people be like, you don't remember you did my hair one night? I done went places to other people's businesses, one of my coaches, and the young lady that was in there brought me something that brought me one of my items. She said, do you remember you did my hair when I was a little girl? I done touched so many heads, it's ridiculous because that's why I try to encourage people to know clientele should not be a problem. Clientele should not be a problem. All I know is never been a problem for me. Clients have never been a problem because it's really about customer service. If you serve the people, if you show up, if you do good, you got quality work, all of us got room to improve, get better with it. So from there, I wanted to begin doing like hair shows, fashion shows, just different things like that. That's where I even met Duchess at in person. Did that because it was a nail shop right next door to us. So location is very important, y'all. Location is very important. So after that, I'm like, after you be somewhere for a minute, and it was just time. I was outgrowing that place. I was outgrowing it. And major shouts out while I was a braider. Where's my I'm gonna have to show y'all later. My first photo shoot. Now we in like 2009, because that's when Obama was president. So everybody had the shirts and everything like that. My cousin, the GOAT, did my first. He sold a seed into me for my first photo shoot. Now I done already looked back and realized it. But once I realized it, and even now, I'm like, my cousin blessed me. He told me to, he paid for me to get my photos done upstairs. And for those that don't know, I don't know if Kev gonna see this. Kevin was the photographer upstairs in the mall. So that's why, how you treat people, just relationships is very important. Major shouts out to my cousin. He go by the GOAT on IG, but Mr. Zoe the GOAT, But that's my cousin. He was the first one that did, basically that was a photo shoot. I didn't technically have a brand or nothing like that, but he invested in me years ago. So what everybody else get to see on IG and social media, like we was able to literally all be on the grind, okay? Because some people born with it, some people not. But he's a respectable businessman, a family man, and he's always been a go-getter. So that's amazing when you can watch somebody even get it, legally, like legally get it. We getting it. From there, I ended up going to another new salon in the area. And at this point now, when I left the place that cultivated me up from just being a hair braider to now I'm a master hair care specialist. And then now I'm branching off. Mind you, I had a sweet deal. I did not have to leave. Most people would have not left their comfortable place. But I knew I needed to get uncomfortable. I knew I needed to get to another place because I was in there cleaning, rearranging, shifting around, just doing stuff because I'm like, I'm really over it. Do I want to leave? Do I want to stay? What do I want to do? I want to grow. I want to put myself in an environment so when my clients come in, they can see that, we're growing, we're glowing. This is just not your hair braider no more. This show stylist. I had already coined Tiffany Styles. So Tiffany Styles was born from this place. Like Tiffany Styles, you want your hair done? Tiffany Styles. I started doing my going to Kinko's, just whatever type of marketing I could do on my budget as a single mother. That's what I did. And I could go and print out maybe 10, 20, whatever I could afford flyers. And by the time I passed out one or two, if they was ready to get their hair done, boom, we going back to the chair. So I never sat around. If it was slow, I'm about to go out. I'm going to go make some copies. I'm going to get some type of marketing material and I'm going to pass it out. If they want me, as soon as they see my work, as soon as I drop it in their hand, we going back to the chair. It is what it is because I got a mouth to feed. My baby get out of daycare at 6 o'clock. So I don't have time to play. If I can't get you today, matter of fact, I'm going to get you today because I can get started on you and give me a second because my baby daycare was like less than 5 minutes away from where I worked at. But so I would grab my baby. Either I would bring him right back or I would try to take him to my mom or something like that. Because at this point, she a grandma. She clean. She trying to do right. So either I'm about to take this baby, especially on Fridays, I'm taking him to his grandma. And then I'll come back and finish, my clients on the back end of the day like right now. Because I already know once I'm done, then either I'm going to go ahead and go to the house so I can get dressed and ready to go out. That way my baby is already spending the night. Let me tell you, this multitasking thing, because people do what they want to do, okay? People do what they want to do and what they desire to do. And I knew that I wasn't trying to ask my mama for no money. I just need a babysitter because that's what grandmas can do, okay? I want to go out. Let me live. I'm young. It's no big deal. And I'm working. So that's what we did. So lo and behold, even in that place before I moved, I would run into so many different people. I mean, you meet so many people when you servicing people. That's why you gotta love what you're doing. So, mind you, I didn't love Brayton, but hey, I'm in it. I'm self-employed. I'm my own boss. It is what it is. I got this baby. I ain't got time to be having no nightmares about no daycare and all that. Get out my fridge. Get you something to drink. Get him something to drink. No, not that. You want apple juice? Can you get him some apple juice, please? It's right here. You can put that in the refrigerator too. You know, um, so now I'm like, from there, um, I grew. I grew. I grew. Yeah, I grew a lot. I just grew. One of my best clients. I mean, I know that girl, Mama, was paying a lot of my bills. I would see her so much. Um, Major shouts out to Reagan White, Mrs. White. Relationships are very important. That was one of the relationships that I gained. What's going on? What is that noise? I know you're not in my kitchen. If you don't get out my kitchen, have you lost your mind? You done lost your mind. Get out my kitchen. So, yeah, that was a very faithful, loyal client. Had her mama spending all the money, but I knew that was my high schoolers. That was my thing. I could work with kids because I could let the parents know I'm not gonna let your daughter look too grown, but she ain't gonna look so old fashioned like they mama did they hair. Okay, so that was an area I was always really good at that age bracket because nobody wants their child to look. They want an age appropriate style. I don't know what's going on right now, but they want age appropriate styles for the most part. Um, so from there, um, now I'm paying my boyfriend. Okay, now I'm paying my boyfriend. I am paying more boyfriend like over $100 more a week. Okay, over that. So I went from comfortable to uncomfortable. Um, and this might have been me sharing. In this time, I got a suite. I shifted from that central location and I went up more so to our north, towards the northeast side. So just kind of moving, shaking the fear of. I've never been afraid of, moving because at the end of the day, if you good, either you gonna follow me or you gonna try somebody else. And then if they ain't giving you what I was giving you, you gonna find me. It is what it is. I make sure I kept my number the same. So if you needed me, that was fine. If you didn't, that was fine as well. That's why I teach that too, because some people don't make a move because they worried about who they gonna lose. Nah, who you gonna gain? Okay, what you gonna gain? What you gonna get out of it? What are you gonna get? How are you growing? What are you doing? So that's honestly just some of how I became, Master Barber, like, because I kept going, I kept growing, I learned from others that went before me what to do, what not to do. Still make mistakes, we all still make our own choices, make our mistakes. I actually met an amazing mentor for a season. They was able to pour into me, tell me things that I never heard before, and that's really good, especially when you hear from Black business owners, Black millionaires, like people that look like you, sound like you, talk like you, and they are like, "Oh, this can be done. Do this. This can be done." And they talking business. They talking with sense. Got a great sense of humor. But they educating barbers and stylists. They're educating us because they know we don't be knowing. And when we don't be knowing, that's how we operate in the unknowns, So from there, a little while later, of course, I left with my master hair care specialist license. I was able to continue, of course, mastering my craft. Ended up opening up Dynamic Hair Designs, in 2014. Oh, that was an assignment on its own because, going from just an operator, self-employed, just you coming into somebody else's infrastructure to now you're the owner. And do you really know how to own, or do you really just know how to be an artist? See, that's another conversation. When business ownership, it really can start at the booth. Business ownership can start at your kitchen table. Take ownership. Take ownership of what it is you're doing and grow from there. But a lot of times when you don't know what you're doing, we be doing the most. We be doing the most, or we get done up the most, okay? Meaning mistreated. We be getting taken advantage of. I mean, because we don't know the business side. And when you're doing business, because I am a minister, let me tell you, business brings money. Finances and business, that go together. Ministry, you giving, people will take. But if you're doing business, it's things that you have to do. That's why even in kingdom, being about our Father's business, it's order, it's structure, it's things that we need to do so that way it can be fruitful. Like, come on. Oh, yeah. Y'all see I'm talking kingdom business now, because in that time, God did decide to, and I decided that I was going to give my life to Christ. 2010, the process started in like 2009, but 2010 I gave my life to Christ. So now at this point, my business is God's business. I'm doing His will. I'm doing His work. He's moving, shifting, growing me. Opportunities coming left and right. When I did open up my own for the first time, outside of when I did my own suite, it was very humbling. I just really wanted God to just help me as much as He could. I always made room for it. One of the things that one of my barbers had told me one time, the only thing, and what I love now about the season that I'm in now, this suggestion was, when you say something, stick to it. Because I'm very soft-hearted. Even I'm not soft-spoken, I'm soft-hearted. And I would put the Tim down, and then I would ease up. I would put the Tim down, then I would ease up. And it's not that people wouldn't do it, but people don't want, if you're going to say it, stick to it. If you're going to be easy, be easy. If you're going to put it down, stick it to them, so that way they can put that fire up under their behinds so they can get the job done. Then do that. And this before I even looked at myself as a coach. I really wasn't looking at myself as the educator, but everybody that was coming, they needed more. And I really wasn't fully equipped, or would I say like really confident enough in what do y'all need from me? Because I got my own clients. I'm trying to work. I'm working with y'all. What more do you want? That's what I'm like when I say braid like a boss your behind up. Handle your business. It don't matter if you're on commission, whether you're boofering or you're the physical owner, because I know what it feels like to own a business, and the people inside the business think they own you. Okay? They think they can tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it, what you need to do, and then they ain't even got no clients and no money or no nothing, no dreams, no goals, no nothing. So I know what that feels like, because you really want to boss up where you at. Because if you appreciate where you at, then you will appreciate where God taking you, and you appreciate other people's stuff where they at. You won't be counting their pockets. You won't be watching them. You won't be having this old greasy, no good mindset. Comparing yourself to people's starting process when we all supposed to be on the same team. Like, at the end of the day, everybody got a starting, everybody got a middle, everybody got an end. Like, it is what it is. There's no need to rush your own process. Like, get all you can get. I laugh now because my coaching program wasn't developed 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 5 years ago. Now it's developed. All the people that I was willing to pour into and help them, like, boss up, because I can help you get to the next level. You know what I had to do? Allow bygones to be bygones, because when people don't know your value, your worth, then they mistreat you. When people don't know who you is, when you don't know who you are, you allow people to mistreat you. So now it's like, because I'm being asked, how did I become a barber? How? Most people always think women, every woman is a cosmetologist. Nah, that's why I'm looking for other women. Where all the female barbers and birders at? Where y'all at? Because I got a sweet, sweet treat, a sweet idea. Make sure that you definitely um, contact iamtiffany.org. Okay, make sure you do that. Now, I did tell y'all in 2014, it was Dynamic Hair Designs. Now, you can contact Dynamic Hair Designs Barber Academy, okay? Because now we're going to learn how to braid like a boss and barber like a boss, because you can't lose. If you're doing your part, with what, if you just need an accountability coach, if you need a business coach, if you need a life coach, if you're just trying to figure out how to get to the next level from where you at, let me tell you, let's get on this phone. Let's get on a call. So fill out the contact form. The contact form, that is completely free. All you're doing is leaving your name, number, your email. Make a note of what it is or why it is you're contacting us, and we will get back to you. Because if you've been sitting down on your braiding career, or you're just stepping into the beauty and barber industry as a whole, now is not the time to sit on these gifts. So many people are waiting for you to show up. So many people. And if you are tired of clocking in, clocking out, working some 9 to 5, and you sitting right here, could get your license, get certified, boss up, get you a business coach, get you a game plan, get you a business plan, whatever it is you need to do, then let's get it done. Because y'all, time is not waiting for nobody. So fall registration classes is in full effect. So if you want to register, it's only limited seatings. First come, first serve. Any other questions, inquiries, contact, follow. You already know I'm about that life. I just shared with y'all a snippet of how I became a barber educator. Literally now, it will be two. I'm gonna have to do a part two. I'm gonna have to do a part two. So make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you do that. If you are not connected, also to Reclaim Your Pearls Girl International, all women report to the Rocket. You gotta get your stuff, okay? Get your stuff so that way your kids, your family, your legacy can get their stuff, okay? Get your stuff. Stop sitting down on these gifts. I mean, I cannot count how many times I'm hearing women say, "Oh, I'm good at braiding. I just never took it serious. Oh, I'm good. I can do it. I can do it. I never." And my goodness, the pricing. You want classes that's not just gonna overcharge you, under deliver. So keep that in consideration. And if it's something that you're looking at and you're trying to figure out, is that a good fit? Then if I can assist you with that in any way, let me know, because I am here not by my own merit, but because God had a plan for me. Okay. And he got a plan for us all. So let's get to it. Be blessed. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. Talk to you later. IG. Talk to you later. Facebook. And of course, you too. Talk to y'all later. So thank you for your time. Appreciate you. If you catch us on the replay, #replay. And we are out. Of course, I am Tiffany. Empower, impact, ignite. That's what you're going to get every time I click the button. Every time. So don't forget, braid like a boss.